And welcome back to Wong Academy. This is Paper 1, Booklet B of the Nanyang Primary Maths SA2. And let's start with this first question here on page 10. So here we have 12 times 44 is equal to 582. So 12 times 44, well, here instead of having 12, we've got an extra 0 there, times 44 is equal to what times 518? Well, is 12 times 10 will give you 120. So therefore, this question mark here should be 10. Right? So 10 is the correct answer. Let's have a look at the next question here. Find the difference between 3/4 and 1/3. Well, the difference is simply this minus that. So 3/4 minus 1/3 equals. Find a common denominator. The common denominator is 4 times 3, which is 12. So what over 12 minus what over 12? All right. So 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. So 4 times 1 is 4. So therefore we have 9 minus 4 is 5. 5, 12 is the correct answer. And that's 5, 12. Next question. Mingwei poured 3 liters of orange juice equally into 4 bottles. So each bottle will have 3 over 4 liters. What is the total volume of orange juice in 3 of these bottles? So each bottle has 3/4 of a liter. Multiplied by 3 bottles, we get 3 times 3 is 9 over 4 liters. Let's put this into a mixed number in the simplest form. So we can see here 4 times 2 is 8. So we got 2 whole numbers there, 8, and then that's short of 1, so 9 minus 8 is 1/4 liters. So 2 and 1/4 liters, and that's correct. Next page. And this is page 11. Round off 29.098 to the nearest whole number. Well, because this is less than 5, it rounds down. So it rounds down to 29. So the correct answer here is 29. Next question. At 11:50, Ali left his house for the library. It took him half an hour. So half an hour is 30 minutes to reach the library. At what time did Ali reach the library? Well, here we've got 11:50. 11:50 plus 10 minutes is 12 o'clock. So 12 o'clock plus another 20 minutes becomes 12:20 p.m. All right, so here we have 12:20 p.m. Well, actually, we are assuming that that's in the morning, and that's why I put a p.m. there. But if that was in the evening, then of course this would be a.m. So since that's not specified, it's not necessary for you to put a p.m. there. Just 12:20 will be fine. Express 30 grams in kilograms. Well, we got 30 grams here, right? And to convert this into kilograms, we just need to divide by 1,000. So we got 30 here. 30 divide by 10, divide by 100, divide by 1,000, and the decimal place shift. So we get 0.03 kilograms, and that's correct. Next question here, question 22. Here we have a 2 identical parallelograms. So that's one parallelogram there, and that's another parallelogram. And we have an angle here of 45. So let's find out what this angle here is. As we know from a parallelogram, the opposite angles both equal to 180. So 180 minus 45 is equal to 135 degrees. So that's 135. All right. Now let's find out what this angle here is. Same thing. 180 minus 65, and that should equal to 115 degrees. So that's 115 degrees. All right. And therefore, this angle here, which is what you're trying to find out, that angle over there, is simply everything total up to 360. So 360 minus 135 and minus 115 degrees. All right. Let's do this with some calculations here by hand. 360 minus 135 That's 5, 10. So we get 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. And then we minus 1, 1, 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. 2 minus 1, 1. 2 minus 1, 1. And the correct answer there is 110. 110 degrees is correct. Next page. This is page 12. The first question here, figures made out of identical squares and triangles on both sides of this line A and B. So we need to make this symmetrical by shading in a few more squares, or 4 more squares specifically. Now, what does it mean to be symmetrical? Symmetrical means that if you flip this side over to that side, it'll be a complete mirror image. Okay, so let's start here. You've got a square there, so we need a square there as well. So we're going to shade that. All right. This one here that matches up with the 2 triangles as well. This one here, we need to shade this one. Okay, so that's the same. And here we need to shade this one here as well. And also that matches up with that, and that one should match up with this one here. Okay, so that's the 4 shaded squares. Next question. Matthew's height is 120. The ratio, we got a ratio here of Matthew to Kelly, which is 4:5. Find Kelly's height. Well, let's do a block diagram here. So we've got, that's 4, and that's 5. Okay, 4 units, and that's 5 units. And this one here, Kelly's height is 120 centimeters. So 1 unit is 120 divided by 4, which is equal to 30 centimeters. 5 units is 30 times 5, which is equal to 150 centimeters. So Kelly's height is 150 centimeters, and that's correct. Next question here, Lionel Messi, sorry, not Lionel Messi, it's just Messi. We're not sure if that's Lionel. Messi took 20 minutes to travel 2 kilometers. What is his average speed in meters per minute? So we need to find meters divided by minutes. So here we got 2 kilometers. 2 kilometers is 2,000 meters divided by minutes is 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Let's cancel out the zeros. 200 divided by 2 is equal to 100 meters per minute. And that's correct. Next question, next page. Okay, on page 13, part of a tessellation is shown below. Now, what is a tessellation? Well, it's just simply a pattern. Right? So extend the pattern by drawing 2 more of these shapes. And you note that this shape here, right, that's the shape there. Okay, so you need to draw 2 more of that exact shape within the grid. Of course, not going into the outside of this square box. All right, so just look for some room. Look around for some room. Looks like there's some room there. Looks like, oh, I can see one here. So that's a shape there. Okay, so there's one. So I've drawn one. And I think the other one should be somewhere here. Let's see if we can draw the shape here. I think, there you go. It's a little bit hard to find at first, but there we have the same shape as well, exactly the same shape. Okay, so that's 2 more unit shapes within this tessellation or within this pattern. Next question here. Khalid wants to cut squares of side 1/3 of a meter from a rectangle piece of paper. All right, this piece of paper is, let's draw this piece of paper here like that. Okay, that's 4 meters, and that's 2 meters. All right, let's just portion it up a little bit, like so. Okay, so 1/3 of a meter. So here we got 3 pieces, 3 pieces, 3 pieces, 3 pieces for each meter, right? Because it cuts 3 times, or cuts twice. So you got 3 pieces within each meter. Here we've also gonna cut that. So we've got 3 there and also 3 there. So 3 of those, well, 4 of those 3s will be equal to 12. We just add it up. and this one here, 2 of those 3's added up is 6. So we have a grid like so, like that, and it's quite simply 12 times 6. So 12 times 6, well, we know 10 times 6, 10 times 6 is 60, 2 times 6 is 12, so 60 plus 12 is 72. So 72 squares is correct. Next page. On page 14, we've got 2 squares, a smaller square, and the smaller square has a perimeter of, let's write it here, perimeter of 24, right? And, well, let's see what the side is. So if the perimeter is 24, then the side is equal to 24 divided by 4 sides, which is equal to 6 centimeters. Right? So 6 centimeters per side, that's 6 centimeters per side. So what's the area of this small square? The area of this small square is 6 times 6, which is equal to 36 centimeter squared. Right? Now we're also told that the area, okay, the area of the shaded portion is 45. So we're going to add that shaded portion to this small square, which is unshaded. So add the shaded portion, that's 45. So total is 1, carry 1, it's 81 centimeters squared. So the area of the whole thing here, shaded and unshaded, area of the big square is 81 centimeters. Therefore, the side of the big square is the square root of 81, which is equal to 9 centimeters. Okay, because 9 times 9 is equal to 81. And the answer here, 9 centimeters, is correct. Next question, next page. On page 15, Isang and Minho bought some pens and pencils from a shop at the prices below. Alright, well, let's draw some block diagrams to see the difference between what they've bought. Alright, so we'll start off with Minho and Isang, and we've got Minho and Isang there as well. So this is pens. So pens, Y bought 6 more pens than M. So we've got 6 there. That's 6. And M bought, and this is pencils, M bought 3 more pencils. 3 more pencils than Y. So what's the difference in the amount of money? Well, let's have a look at see what the difference in money is. So here we got 6 more pens. Pens cost $4 for a pack of 3. So he bought 2 more packs. So that's $8 more. Right? Plus $8 there. Right? For Y. Y spent $8 more on pens. For pencils, M bought 3 more pens. So it's $3 for a pack. Right? So that's $3 more. So since this one Y is greater and this one M is greater, we just subtract, and the difference is 8 minus 3, 5. So the difference in how much they spent is $5. And the answer there, $5, is correct. Next page. Okay, so this is page 16, being the very last page of paper 1, section B. So let's have a look at this last question here for this section. A rectangle Y, so that's rectangle Y, which is already drawn for you. And these are my solutions here. So I'm just going to walk you through to explain how I've drawn these two like so. All right. So rectangle Y is drawn by joining the dots in the square grid below. So you need to follow the dots. Okay, that's very important. You need to go along the dots in the grid. All right. Now we note here that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 units there, and we got 2 units there. Right? You can call this centimeters. It looks roughly like 1 centimeter anyway. So that's 5 centimeters and that's 2 centimeters. Right? Now the first one, part A, draw a rectangle with the same area that gives the largest possible perimeter. Right? When you want to have a largest possible perimeter, you want to have a really long, skinny as possible rectangle. All right. So of course the skinniest rectangle we can draw is 1 centimeter because we need to follow the grid. All right. So 1 centimeter is half of that. So that the length must be double of 5. So we draw a rectangle which is length 10. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's 10 centimeters length and 1 centimeter breadth. All right. Next, draw an isosceles triangle with half the area of y. Okay, so we need to follow exactly the same. Now let's say if we draw y over the top there, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, same 5 centimeter height, all right, same 2 centimeter breadth. All right, any triangle that you draw inside of this with a base touching the side will give you half the area. Right? Isosceles triangle basically means that this and that, these two sides are equal to each other. So we have the midpoint right in the middle there. Okay, so that's the answer. That's the rectangle that you draw, and that's the triangle that you draw, right? That's the solutions there. Right, so that's it for Paper 1 Section B. I'll see you in the next video for Paper 2. Good luck and have fun.